Good morning. So, I want to talk about the twin flame journey and union on the twin flame journey. So, as long as we are in separation, as long as we are not in union, there is a reason for it. Um, if we are in separation, it is because we cannot be yet in union. And the quickest way to get to union is through our own self work, through surrendering into the the twin flame journey, embracing the separation and taking that time to do our own work on ourselves. As and that is going to be the quickest way, the only way, really, to come into um, union with our twin flames, because we are the same vibrational, at the core, the same vibrational entity, or we come from the same vibration. Then anything that is in the physical plane that is built on top of our pure, authentic selves, which means our soul signature, right? If we have the same soul signature as our twin flame, when the two, it's like two cogs trying to combine. If there is anything on top of that that is interfering with the frequency, first of all, it will be very, very, very obvious to our twin. Our twin will be able to see it instantly. And even if they don't see it with their own minds, the soul, the vibration feels out of vibration when they get close to you, or they can feel the places that you are not being pure, or the places that you're trying to hold on, or the places that you're trying to grasp. And as you also in the physical world, you can also see that, whenever we're chasing, we're trying to control that other person. We're trying to bring that person into us. Well, it's like you could see, if we're one energetic system and I'm chasing, he is going to be pushed. Whereas when I come into my pure self and I stand in pure light energy, we always talk about balancing masculine and feminine within ourselves. But it's really about finding balance within ourselves, balancing the energy within ourselves. When we're able to bring that energy into this beautiful, balanced, light vibration without being pulled and pushed, and those strong emotions that come up, and the chasing, we're chasing, they're running. It's a lost cause. It creates a cycle, right? So as long as we are impure in ourselves, the combination, even if it comes in for a second, it'll explode again, because the vibrations will be hitting up again. It'll be out of sync. As long as we have false beliefs, as long as we have impurities within ourselves, and we're not completely back to our authentic signature state, the state, of our a refined, beautiful energy state, the combination, or at least very, very close to that purity, which is um, righteousness. Basically, it's becoming right. It's righting yourself with the world around you, with your own inner self. It's becoming righteous. It's becoming right with the world, with cause and effect, with God. It's coming back to your own God essence. You could call it God, you could call it the universe, you could call it the all, you could call it nature, you could call it, well, it doesn't matter what you call it. Whenever you come into harmony, inner harmony, you also have outer harmony. And when you come into your pure signature vibrational being, back to your soul level, to your higher self, whatever you want to call it, ascension, only then can the unity happen. And as you ascend, because you share this the vibrational soul level, or you share this energetic space with your twin, as you purify, you're also purifying for them. So you could also see it as part of your unconditional love. When you look at it that way, when you look at it as, I'm purifying myself so that I can also purify my twin, when you look at it in that way, it becomes that unconditional love. It doesn't matter whatever he or she are doing on the physical plane, that it doesn't matter. You're doing the work, the self work for the both of you. You're doing it for the higher good. You're doing it for the union, first of all, for the union within yourselves, because a lot of us on this, twin flame journey, our other has even passed, or they are, in a place that there can't be union, or for some reason or other. But regardless, when you have that unconditional love, it's not about that. It becomes not about that. And through this unconditional love, you also find love for self, love for God, love for every being, love for the planet, love for every bird chirping. When you start rising into that place, you find beauty in everything, in the sun that shines on the leaves, and it's spectacular. You become in a state of awe, and a perpetual state of awe. And I know that on this journey, a lot of us find that state, and then we find another place within ourselves that needs more work, and it feels like we're thrown backwards. It feels like we're going back down into, the dogs took off, so I don't know. Something caught their attention. Um, a lot of times we get to that euphoria, and then it's almost like we're thrown out of heaven again, but it's not really. What it is that there's a light was shined on another place that needs work. So we're thrown back down into the 3D. We're not ever going backwards. We can't go backwards. We can try to hold on to the sides as we go, and not go full pace, but also that serves a purpose. A lot of times we need to pace ourselves because the change is so intense and immense that it takes time to shift into the new way of being, into the new way of the new emotions. We need time for life to give us the stimulation to apply the new programming that we have attained into life, actually apply it into our way of being, not to be reacting to our old triggers. Really, that is the work. We have to have this time, and we have to allow, and we also have to allow our twin. As long as we're just stuck on our twin and looking at them and getting into these cycles, we're not doing the self work, and we're actually holding it away from us, rather than when there is a natural break or a natural separation, understanding that both sides need this space to be able to do the work. So starting to bring that attention back, put it back into me, bring the attention back from the outside, back from them, take my power back to me, focus inwardly. We can do this with meditation. We can do this with simple breathing. We can do this when we feel those big emotions coming up. Sit down and ground yourself. Don't start running. Start changing the reactions. Start reacting differently, on purpose. Our mind also serves us, as our mind is an excellent servant for us. It's like overcoming any kind of addiction. It's a detoxing. It's a detoxing from that need to chase, the need to run. And not only run and chase in the physical world, which is also part of it, but to run and chase in the energetic field. As long as we are focusing our attention over there, we're giving our attention. Our attention is our life power. Wherever we put our attention, our energy flows, and that's what expands in our life. So if we are putting our attention on what's not good and why aren't we together, and we're expanding that. When we bring the attention back to ourselves, and when we bring the attention back to ourselves, not only does our own personal life start expanding, we start paying attention to ourselves, we start giving that self-love to ourselves, we start doing the work for the both of us. And and a side product, a byproduct of this, is once we take the attention away from them, then they start being magnetized in, because it can't be any different. It can't be different than that, because we are in a shared energy flow. And so we really have to learn how to balance that also when they come back in and start poking, because they come in for pokes. We have to be able to continuously hold ourselves and do our own self work. That is the work, the self work. And not only do we gain, it's not about the union. The union is like a byproduct. It's like it's like the sugar coated at the end, but we get the cake that is ourselves. We get to rise into that place of euphoria and being able to be in that state of wonder, and that living in this plane, understanding, being in awe of creation, being in awe of ourselves. Life becomes a game. Life becomes fun. Life becomes, you start feeling just the curiosity of it, the expansion of it. And when you come into your pure self, also providence is given. Providence is a given because we belong, because we are true to ourselves, and there is a place for us in the world. And when we come back into that state, not only do we get ourselves, which is the big prize, but then also our twin can come back in, because there's not all that gunk on top of our unique, pure self vibration. That is us. That is ourselves. That is them. Also, when we come into our pure light, we also are able to reflect to them themselves in purity. So we're also giving them the gift of them. So when we really think about it, when we think about this unconditional love, it is just that. It is without condition. It's not under the condition that you be with me. I mean, that is not love for another, and it's also not love for self. Trying to catch somebody and bring them into your place, and saying that they have to be with you. That isn't that unconditional love. That isn't that allowing, uh, enjoying watching. It's like your child when they start walking, and you just enjoy watching them walk. You enjoy their expansion. You can enjoy what they're doing without trying to own them. So that is, when we're chasing them, it's trying to own them. It's desperation. That isn't a beautiful energy in any case. So really the work that we can do for the union is our own self-work. Our own self-work, a lot of times, we don't know what that means, but what it means is balancing our own inner emotions, our own inner feelings, being able to contain ourselves first, and not needing something external so that we can contain ourselves. Even if we don't know what our own self work is right at this moment, or what we need to be doing, it's just bringing that attention back to ourselves, being able to sit through those big emotions, being able to balance them, and bring ourselves into that place of inner beauty, and respecting ourselves. So there's so many different ways to get to the same outcome. Loving ourselves. There's so many different ways to come to that. There's so many different ways to do our own self work, and realize our own selves. So there's a lot of different paths, and for each person, it's individual. For each person is an individual, is unique and special in their own way. So just know that you were chosen for this journey. There is nothing that can be given to you, put on your plate, that you cannot handle. So anything that is given to you, trust that there are no mistakes. You weren't mistakenly chosen for this path. You have the rite of passage. You have whatever you need to be able to go through this journey. Surrender into it, and allow whatever is to be. Allow with love. Look at the reasons. Look for the lessons. And just know that this is a gift to you. It's a blessing. It is Yeah, a lot of blessings coming, in a really crappy package looking. But what to do? There is no other way to get this. You have to go through it. You have to expand. Um, so just trust in the process and trust in yourself and know that you're worthy and know that whatever was given to you, um, that was with intention and purpose, and you have purpose on this, and you're capable and you are able and you're strong and you are of love, you are of divinity, and and there is a lot of grace in this. Just allow grace and allow God and trust in the process, trust in the process again and again and again, surrender into the process. So I'm sending you so much love and a big hug and a lot of strength. um, I love to read comments, so you can leave me a comment, and I feel so blessed to be able to bring this. So sending you guys so much love. Thank you.